I'm Alex Stone, former military service member and law enforcement officer. Now CEO of Echelon Protective Services, one of the fastest growing private security firms on the West Coast. And this is Ride Along, where our guests and I witness firsthand the issues affecting our community. I believe our proven method of enacting meaningful change through compassion and understanding is the best way to make our streets a safer place and truly achieve security through community.
I'm Spencer with Loving One Another.
And I'm Terrence.
We're the street crew for the nonprofit here in Portland. We're here to do right along with Alex today and get out there in the streets and see what we can do.
So let's get it.
Hey, Alex Stone here. Welcome back to the Ride Along. Today we have two fantastic guests, actually two of my best friends on this earth. Amazing men. They're out on the streets every day doing the work that needs to be done. They came into the studio today. I know that you've probably seen them when we've been out with other guests. Fantastic guys. Spencer and Terrance, they're with Loving One Another. They're part of that nonprofit outreach program that we work in parallel and in sync with Echelon Protective Services in the field. Hey, gents, why don't you introduce yourselves to the audience?
Go ahead, Terrence.
Well, my name is Terrence. So just a small kid from Ruston, Louisiana, just came down here just to do a little bit more, bigger mindset, just bigger dreams, just come out, try to get some accomplished in the world today. Come from a very small Christian family that take care of me, love me very much. Just out here, just trying to be a better person of myself, just a better person in the world today. So
Nice. What about you, Spence?
My name is Spencer. I was born and raised here in Portland. I played high school ball here in Portland, played college and professional basketball in Europe. So I've been all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
My first job out of college, I was a mental health therapist at Emmanuel Hospital, where I did a lot of the one-to-ones with some of the more violent psych patients.
Yeah, and that's kind of the major psych hospital, right?
Correct.
In the area.
Yeah, Emmanuel would house some of the most violent psych patients until they were ready to go to the state hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked a lot in the ER. The ER is where they do the evals, so I work in the ER quite a bit. So realized that was kind of, that field of work was, we were putting a small Band-Aid over a big wound. And things weren't getting done the way they should. So I left. I went back into what my other degree is in physical fitness, and I was running the health and wellness programs for Legacy Health Systems.
Yeah, you definitely work out.
So I used to a lot, but not anymore. So I did that for a little bit. In 2008, when the economy went under, I lost my job and I went into law enforcement, where I thought, well, law enforcement's it's a good job, good retirement, all that kind of stuff. Was in law enforcement for about 6 or 7 years. Was not able to help people the way I wanted to.
Yeah. Especially coming from a mental health background.
Correct.
Right. Yeah.
Correct. So I was able to get a job actually doing executive protection, which I really, really loved. I was protecting a lot of high-profile clients.
And you worked for one of probably the company, we're not going to use their name, but the company in the industry. You were their number one asset on the West Coast at the time.
Correct.
Right. Big client names, famous people.
Correct.
Pop singers.
Athletes, stuff
Athletes,
like that. Yep.
CEOs, things like
Correct.
this, yeah.
Correct. Did a little bit of everything with that. I really loved the job. And then when COVID hit, people weren't traveling very much. Things weren't going on. So,
especially in the Northwest.
Correct.
Yeah.
And to be quite honest with you, I didn't like being away from my kids as well. So that was kind of a struggle for me. My family comes first, and my kids come first. So anyway, so
because you were traveling to Africa. You were going.
No, I was traveling mostly to West Coast stuff. Going to LA quite a bit.
A lot of film shoots, probably.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was doing a lot of travel on the West Coast a lot. So, and then people weren't traveling very much, and so that's when I was working for a different company, and that's when you guys got a hold of me, and wasn't sure if I wanted to do it at first. And I came down, saw the business model, and I thought, this is something that is going to be fun.
Yeah,
it'll be challenging.
We said, give us 4 hours.
Yeah, you said 4 hours. I said, okay, I'll give you 4 hours. And I ended up going out with Reed for, after 2 hours of being with Reed, I knew this was something I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I knew it was going to be an incredible challenge. But I knew at the end of the day it was going to be rewarding.
Yeah.
So
It's awesome. So we hire you on. I think you're employee probably number 5, and right around that area. Right around that.
yeah, I was one of your first ones that you hadn't had from holdovers from other ones.
That's right.
So yeah,
So you were on the ground floor,
ground floor.
and I think the pandemic was still going on.
Correct.
The riots were still occurring. So Portland was a no-go zone, essentially, especially at nighttime. And we decided you come over almost immediately. I think it was a 2-week transition.
2 weeks.
You come over, and we have our very first patrol in Old Town. Why don't you take us back to that time and explain what happened that night?
God, that was a wild night.
Yeah, that was a lot.
After that night, I was wondering, man, this is. I don't know if this is going to be a successful model or not.
Yeah.
The first night, we had the owners that were sleeping in their coffee shop because
That's right.
they were getting broken into every night, and
Riots on the streets.
riots on the streets,
Buildings on fire.
buildings on fire,
COVID.
constantly,
Criminals
COVID going on,
Criminals everywhere.
tents lined every sidewalk.
Every sidewalk.
mean-
450 tents in Old Town alone.
Just in Old Town.
Yeah.
You had to watch where you walked. There were feces all over the ground, needles everywhere.
Needles everywhere. This is before whites and blues. People were still injecting. They weren't
Yeah.
smoking their fentanyl.
And people they always kind of lump security in with police, so they hated us right off the bat, and so it was interesting. It was mentally exhausting, emotionally exhausting, and physically exhausting.
Yeah.
So I knew that if we were going to be successful, we had to do something different. We had to do something that was ground floor.
That's right.
And I didn't realize it was going to be as successful as it has been.
So the coffee shop owners are sleeping in their coffee shop. It's probably midnight?
Midnight, 1 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, 1 a.m. almost.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
So shot goes off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the owners. They were giving a warning shot to the people across the street, a bunch of gangsters across the street that were robbing them and stealing from them and stuff, and they just had enough. And they were sleeping in their coffee shop
That's right.
because they
That's right.
couldn't handle it anymore. So, shot went off, police came out, and the owners actually ended up getting in more trouble than the people across the street. So,
That's right.
So it was definitely, it was an eye-opener, man. Like, it really was.
They had been robbed, I think, 2 days prior.
Correct.
And found the cash register in the tent
Across the street.
of the shot caller, that block captain
Correct.
who lived across the street.
Yeah. So it was interesting, and I remember going home that night thinking, we're gonna get this done.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough, but we're gonna get it done.
Yeah.
So
And we were being asked at the time to essentially transform the Old Town neighborhood, which is roughly 70 blocks, right? It's historically underrepresented, right? Historically, I would say overlooked in the downtown corridor. It's not a high-end business district. It's not a high-end retail district. Historically, minority neighborhood, right? I mean, it was Japanese town. And then when the Japanese were forced into internment camps, the Chinese came and bought everything on pennies on the dollar, and then it became Chinatown, essentially in the 40s, right? And then they're very insular, so it was their neighborhood. People kind of stayed out of it, and over time, it became a place for prostitution and for gangs, right, to kind of run the streets. And it's up until recently, this has also been the case, right?
correct.
So we get called to go into this area. All these property owners are expecting us to transform this neighborhood. And how far along was it until you came to me and said, Alex, we need to do something radically different here?
I think I was about 2 weeks in.
Yeah.
And I go, hey, do you trust me to do what I feel like what we need to do to make this work? And you're
That's
like,
right.
hey man, do whatever you think. And the thing is, I had been around between security and law enforcement. I think at that point I had already had 20 years in, right? I'd seen the old school method of doing security, and I kind of saw the transition over years on how we're kind of going to a different way of doing security. And I know that there, a lot of security is, observe and report, right?
Yeah.
And this is not that kind of security.
No,
job.
because no one's going to come.
Right.
Yeah.
And these businesses were losing money, and I'm like, and then my compassionate side, I'm like, you know what? These people are suffering, and they're being taken advantage of. There's a lot of wolves down here, and there's a lot of sheep.
Yeah.
And somebody had to come in. Somebody has to be the sheepdog.
That's right.
So I took my vest off. I took my gun off. Put a black shirt on and my pants, and I walked the street, man. And I just started talking to people, like understanding why they were there, understand their story, figure out. Every day I try to learn at least 2 names every day.
Yep.
When it started, that was real easy the first time. Then my memory's not real great, so it got a little bit harder. But learn 2 names every day. So after 2 months, you learn that's 120 names, and it's 2 months would be 60 names. Sorry,
Yeah,
I got that wrong. I went to school in Portland. That's why my math's not very good.
That's true. Watch some
And
schools.
so it was just different, man. Like these people, they're not going to do anything with you or work with you until they trust you.
Yeah.
And it took a long time. It took a long time to build that trust until they really knew that I cared about them. And it wasn't just about helping the business owners.
Yeah.
It was about helping them as well.
That's right.
And so that's when I was like, I'd make a phone call. Somebody wanted to go into a shelter, right? Hey, can you get me into a shelter? I'd make a phone call.
How'd that first phone call work?
It was horrible.
It was, wasn't it?
It was terrible.
Yeah.
You call these different shelters, and nope. And there's because at that time,
Who are
there
you?
Was, there was
What?
yeah, right.
What do you want?
You work security?
This is a security company?
Yeah,
You want to get someone into a shelter who's homeless? Click.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I had to start developing relationships with each shelter, going there, talking to them.
Yep.
And because I didn't want to, you never promise anybody on the street something you can't do, come
That's
through
right.
with.
That's right.
And I was getting a little discouraged because I'm like, we got it. The only way to solve this problem is for the community to come together and to solve this. And I felt like everybody was kind of wanted to do it their way instead of what was the right way for the people in the street.
Yeah, these organizations are definitely siloed. They're working alone. They have their money, whether it's grant money or money they're raising as nonprofits, and they don't have to compete with other people, right? If they're seeing networking too much, they're seen as almost obsolete, right? Because they're not doing a unique thing that is their own. And so we had to kind of push through those barriers, convince people it's okay. We're not coming for your business.
Right.
We're going to make you look good. Right. We're going to fill up your beds.
Right.
And we're going to bring you people that will actually graduate your programs. Right.
Correct. Well, and the funny part was, we built partnerships with people, and they knew me personally. And they're like, wait a minute, we heard you working for a security company. Is that right? I'm like,
That's
yeah.
right.
They go, hey, man, they said we can't work with you now because you work for a security company. And it was really discouraging. I'm like, I'm just out here trying to do the right thing. I just want to help people, I don't
We're
care.
getting people that are on the streets, living in tents, drug addicted, possibly being trafficked, for commercially, sexually exploited persons, right? And we're just trying to get them back on the right track in life. Correct. And we're being shut down by these nonprofits and county and city organizations because we're quote unquote a security company.
Right. Yeah, it was discouraging. And so, I think over time we had to learn to kind of go around, do what we could do. And then we had a shelter that gave us 15 beds to fill, a shelter in Old Town. And we filled those. We had those beds completely full every night, getting people off the streets. And then we had new management come in and they took those beds from us. And so I think at that point, that was when I decided that I need to do something even different and go into nonprofit work almost full time.
That's right.
So, and here we are.
You came to me and Reed and said, Reed's the other business partner in Echelon, and said, hey, we need to do this full time. And we were like, well, what does that look like? And you said, we need to hire guys like me that know the streets, that understand what's going on, and we need to do this full time.
Well, and I think that's the hardest part is working. When you're working in this industry, you work in the gray area a lot, right? You have to do everything that's legal, moral, and ethical in the gray area, right?
That's right.
So how do you do that? How does that work? One, you have to understand the streets, how they work, the nuances of it. It's a very tight-knit group, community, right?
The social dynamics of dealing with gangs, drug dealers that aren't gangs,
Everything.
pimps, prostitutes, or sexually exploited persons, right?
Yes.
And how to navigate all that in such a way where we want to get people into shelters, so we're actually taking the customer away from the drug dealer without getting the drug dealer upset with us,
Correct.
right?
And I think that's where the relationship building comes into play, right? You have to have a working relationship with the pimps, the drug dealers, and the criminal activity. You have to have a working relationship, a respect and understanding. Like, and if you don't, you're just going to be beating your head against the wall. So you do everything that's legal, moral, and ethical while working in this dark industry that we work in, down here.
That's right.
It could be very difficult. So, but in order to do that, like I said, you have to develop those relationships with people that you wouldn't go out for lunch with, or you wouldn't hang out with, right? But you have to have that relationship with them on the streets.
And so as this model kind of grew, we filed for the nonprofit, right? We get our tax filing. That took forever, right? And as this model grew, we kind of realized, it had to work in succinct with some type of intelligence service. So a network of private investigators, or specifically one investigator, that could constantly allow information flow. When you're getting information, when we have information for security, right? Understanding who is who on the streets. We also had security, so knowing when security was needed and wasn't needed, when kind of that nonprofit would be a better match for that incident, right? So learning how to triage calls. All this is going on. Let's fast forward, and we're not going to mention names, but we have an incident, and it's a call that the director of Salem actually took. It was a shoplifting call at a store in Goose Hollow, and we identify the individual as a missing person out of Pennsylvania. Right, this person is the son of an elected official, and so kind of tell us that story and how we were able to help that person.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting story, actually. So I get a call from an echelon officer. There's a guy here that needs some help. On the bags that he was carrying, that he had with him, was a name, wasn't his name. So he wanted to find out if they were stolen or what, so we called this number.
They were nice bags.
They were really nice.
Yeah, matching luggage
yes,
set, yeah.
Yes. Not something you normally see on the street, right?
Right.
So we called the number, and the lady answered the phone, and I'm like, we got your name here, some luggage, got your name on it, and we're with this guy, his name, and she's like, you're with my son?
Yeah.
And I go, well, what's your son's name? And she told me. I says, what's your name? He told me, and I'm like, yeah, we got him right here. And she starts crying. And she's like, I've been looking for him for a long time.
Yeah.
We lost contact with him. He was living in Los Angeles. He lost his job, came up here, came up to Portland. And he'd only been on the streets in Portland for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And he was this close to going in so deep that he would have never came back out.
He had just transitioned from heroin use to fentanyl use.
Correct.
Like within a week period, I think it was.
Period,
Right. Yeah.
right. So we worked with their mother, with her, and the father, and we were able to get him in a hotel that night because, they can say they want to go home or they want to change, but you let them off the hook and they're going to be gone, right? It happens all the time.
Yeah.
And so we got him a hotel that night, so we knew exactly where he was. Mom and Dad bought a flight for the next morning, picked him up, took him to the airport, got him on the plane, went home, and they put him right into drug rehab.
It's great, man.
So,
And he's still clean, right?
last I heard he was.
Yeah.
I haven't had a conversation with them for probably 6-7 months, but last I heard he was doing fine.
Yeah. And so this is normal daily activity for us as a company. And so what we realized was kind of like in overseas operations, just having a security component, you can't just send the military in to a nation, right? And think if you take out all the bad guys that you're going to transform that community. And the same is true here, right? We can't just send the law enforcement agents in and put all the bad guys in jail and think that somehow is going to re-engage community. It's going to make everything flourish and make that area transformed.
It actually makes it worse.
It does, because it just creates a vacuum.
Correct.
And typically you get true criminal organization
Correct.
steps in.
Become in.
You get Crips, Bloods, you get the Aryan Brotherhood. Someone will step in and take that vacuum over.
Correct.
Right? Because they see a large territory and they're like, I want that. It's money, right? And so you mentioned earlier, part of our job is to become friends with drug dealers, right?
Working relationships.
You have to,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, working relationships, not friends, but yeah. And there was a drug dealer / I think he might have been engaged in pimping activities, but you developed a 3-year relationship with this individual, and you were actually able to transition him back home as well.
Correct, yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about that story?
Well, this guy he dabbled in a lot of different things, right?
Yeah.
Not-
Chop shops.
Yeah, nothing.
Things like this.
I don't know I don't think he ever pimped, but I know he sold and he did what he had to do to survive, right?
That's right.
I talked to him.
OG. He's an OG on the
yeah,
street.
and I talk to him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the main thing about what loving one another does is we contact people every day on the streets. If I contacted you yesterday, I'll contact you tomorrow and the next day and the next
right.
day to see if there's anything you need. Right. So I made contact with this guy. I happened to be working on my day off. I
didn't know that.
I happened on my day off.
Yeah.
I came in and I drove by. I go, what's up, man? How you doing, OG? I call him OG. He said, I'm not doing good, Spence. And I said, okay, what's going on, man? I stopped, got out of my car, and he's like, I can't do this anymore, man. I've been down here for 20 years on these streets, and I can't do it, man. I'm like, well, I know you got a daughter back in New York. I go, let's call her. Let's just see what's up. And so we called, and she answered the phone, and he talked to her, and there were some pleasantries and tears, and because she hadn't talked to him in a long time.
Years.
Yeah, long time.
Like 4 or 5 years. I
Long
think.
time. And I said, so I got on the phone. I said, hey, he wants to come home. She's like, there's no way. I've been trying to get him home, and I can't believe this is happening. Like, I want him home. Like, I need to get him home.
Yeah.
And she goes, last time I talked to him, he wanted to come home, and we just didn't work out, right? Couldn't get him there because he's getting high all the time, right? You forget, you get high, and then you don't. Then also, you've also been there for 20 years, so that's a hard transition, right?
Hard. 20 years.
20 years
on
the
the
streets.
street.
That's hard, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people that can't even go stay in a hotel because it's too quiet for them, right?
Trauma. Yeah.
So I could tell he was ready to make a difference or ready to go home. So we bought him a bus ticket, put him in a hotel, wanted to make sure he was good. Bought him a bus ticket. It was 3 days on bus, 3 days to get back there. And the reality of it is, this guy's not going to make it back to New York 3 days on a bus if he can't use.
Oh, for sure.
There's no way.
He'll lose his mind.
He'll get off in Spokane or Utah to find a fix.
Yeah.
And so the reality of it is the family has to send him money to where he can get enough stuff to get home so he can get into rehab.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And he made it home. He's clean. He's got his own apartment. He's got his own car.
That's awesome, bro. Got a job.
Got a job.
That's right.
He's doing really, really, really well. And that just comes from, one, gaining their trust, right? Letting them know. When I first got down there, this guy didn't like me at all.
No, 3 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had a really good. It took me 6 months to build a good relationship, right? And then keep building that, right? But it took time. It took a lot longer than I thought. I mean, here I'm a 6'4" white guy, 350 pounds, right? These people on the street they're not gonna trust me.
Yeah. And you look and smell like a cop.
Yeah, and that's what people thought I was a Fed for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't believe me.
Yeah.
And,
me too. So, Reed as well.
Yeah.
Especially because we drive Sprinter vans.
Correct.
So.
And so, but to work down here, I had people spit on me, call me names, all that stuff, and it's okay. You have to have thick skin. If you don't have thick skin, you can't work down here. If you can't be called a name, you can't work down here.
That's right.
If you can't handle getting spit on without losing it, you can't work down here. See, the old model in security was somebody's in a doorway, you drag them out, right?
Yeah.
That's not
That
humane.
pretending to be law enforcement.
Correct.
people. Yeah.
And that's not humane. It doesn't work.
No.
All it does is create problems.
Well, they'll get upset, and when no one's there, they'll just come back and break windows.
Correct.
Yeah.
But if I can learn this guy's name, who's strung out, who's just trying to find a dry place to sleep, and I can say, hey, Tom, listen, man, I know you're just trying to find a place to sleep. Like I said, they're getting ready to open up business. Hey, man, you want some coffee? Are you hungry?
That's right.
And guess what? Now they know you care, right? You're not. I really talk to somebody for 30 minutes than ever put my hands on somebody.
Yeah.
Won't happen.
And this really is, you kind of mentioned it, the business model. It's transformative, right? Most nonprofits, they had that Field of Dreams model where they say, we're going to build something great in a building somewhere far, far away. And what we need you to do is we need you to pack up everything you own, go steal a shopping cart, put it all in the shopping cart, push it for an hour, and then wait in line for 5 or 6 hours with a 50-50 chance that you'll get in.
Right.
And people have lost hope because that model doesn't work for everybody. It might work for 15% of the population on the street. Mostly the people that are transitory, the mom, the kids who got kicked out of their apartment last night because of a domestic violence situation. The sheltering system works very well in that regard. But when it comes to someone who's been engaged in criminal activity for 30 years on the street, that doesn't work. You know, these folks in these tents, they have no sense of agency, they have no sense of worth. And so you and Terrence, you're going by these tents, and we're not just in Old Town now, we're in multiple neighborhoods across Portland.
Even Vancouver.
Washington, right across on the river. And we go by these tents every day and get to know people. Just to have a conversation, right? Give them a cigarette, maybe a bottle of water, check in on them. You know, maybe they need wound care. We'll
Even
call.
just hearing their story.
Just to listen, right? And over time, that relationships becomes leverage, right? We're building a bridge away from a subculture that's keeping them enslaved almost, right? And we're building them that bridge of a relationship to a new identity, right? To a new sense of purpose where they can believe in that and almost sense it, right? And they're like, you know what? Spencer, he can help me out. Terrence can get me help. And as soon as they're ready for help, we act and we get them into a shelter, right? So the sense of accomplishment you must feel is different than when you were in law enforcement, right? And mental health. Can you just kind of speak to that? Because I want the audience to really understand, like, the people you protected, these were people of high net worth. Like you were sought after by CEOs of major companies, major performers. I mean, like platinum level performers, right? The greatest people that are performing right now on stage, you were running their security and their security teams, not just at concerts, but video shoots. You had major athletes that still to this day know you by name, right? And so you gave all that up. And a lot of that, I mean, I hate to say it, man, a lot of that's fame. It's not just money, but it's the fame of knowing all these people. Right. I mean, you kind of gave all that up to help out people that are dying on the street, man. And so what did it take emotionally for you to make that decision, and how do you feel about that?
Well, that's a lot. You just threatened me right there.
Yeah.
I tell you, I mean, you know, it started when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. I can remember, you know, my dad. I try to get emotional here. I had wonderful parents, and they were givers. And I remember my dad when I was 16. He told me, he said, "Son, you want to find out who you are? Lose yourself in helping others." Mm. And so I always took that to heart. Like my dad was. I mean, I'm a big guy. My dad used to make me look tiny, right? He was a monster of a man, but he had a bigger heart. And for the time I was little, I mean, my dad would take me on service projects every weekend. We were going. And so my whole life, I mean, this is the role models that I had, right? We're here to help. That's what we are as human beings. We're here to help others. That's the whole reason that we're here. We exist is to help others. And so, you know. I had that example, and even when I was doing other jobs that I didn't really, that I cared for that much, I was still trying to find ways to make a difference, right? Because it's just who I am. It's how I was raised, and you know, that's why when I met Terrence, I mean, I was working for what, a year by myself.
Oh, alone, solo.
Solo, and I was running and I was gunning everywhere, and it was taking a toll on me.
Yeah, I mean, you're working 80, 98 hours a week sometimes.
Yeah, and it was taking its toll. I mean, I had to find a way to try to fill my cup, right?
And you're being surrounded by folks who are overdose. People we've developed relationships with just overdose.
Yeah,
We're losing people we know every week.
every week. Yeah. And so when Terrence got hired on, I saw the way that he worked with people. Because the thing is, this job's tough because you could hire somebody that's really nice, a really nice person, a great person. But if they don't understand the streets, they're not going to be successful.
Yeah, that's right.
And so you have to be very particular in who you hire to do this job. And when I met Terrence, I'd been around him for a long time, for a good 6 months. And I'm like, this is my guy right here.
I know.
I go, this is my guy right here. 'Cause this guy's got compassion. He's got love. He understands.
Terrence worked at the security company, Echelon, right? And obviously, he was one of the top performers at Echelon. And Spencer comes and says, "Hey, yeah, I need him on the team."
I said, no, you're going to get me this guy.
Yeah. And I was like, bro, like, you just want all the all-stars on your team, bro.
Just this one.
And he was like, no, he's different, bro. He's special, man. He gets it. And I'm like, I know, that's why he's at Echelon. And you're like, no, bro, I need this dude. And so, we raised the money and we got there, but ultimately it was Terrence's decision. And so, I mean, how did you feel about that? I mean, you're at the pinnacle. I mean, you were killing it. Everyone loves you at Echelon. And you're like, hey, I mean, to the point where we wanted to bring you into leadership. We saw you as long-term running a city, right? And you also had to step away from that. So how did that make you feel? What was going through your mind when you were talking to Spencer about all this?
So when I first came in, Echelon, great group, came through, made me feel like family. Never had anyone that down here in Portland that treated me like you guys. It was a wild ride, very fun, interesting, good group.
Yeah.
Good group. Just made me feel like I was at home. Didn't discriminate. People of all kinds, just loving. Made me feel like a family. I first got in, good company barbecue.
That's
we
right.
did it good.
That's right.
It was great. So it was just a bunch of family. Just made me feel like home. And then what really brought me into more, when I really got deep off into it when I really met you guys individually. I started meeting you guys one-on-one, and it just, something deep down inside me just knew that you guys was like you was different from everyone else out here. You took me in as a little brother. Showed me the right paths, just both of you, not just, just one of you, but the company and Spence alone. But it was a certain thing that really got me more into like doing outreach. So when I first came in with Echelon, I was just doing, my everyday duties. And then, so I was meeting up with Spence, on my breaks. We would go get lunch or anything, and then just one day I had a bad day with work. I was going through a little stuff back home, some deep issues, and nobody had never saw me like really get on his side. But one day, I'll never forget, I was on the side of Lansing Garden, and I was just stressed out. It wasn't anything in particular to work, just long day, and I was crying. I had actually lost someone. I was crying, man, and Spence snuck up on me. I was sitting in my car, man, just having a bad day, man. He just came and talked to me, man, showed me the way, man. I never like felt like love in that particular time down here. Just being away from family and just being down here a long time, it really takes a toll on me. Been away from my family for like 2 years. Rare visits, barely go down and visit them. So when I do go down, it's like a special moment. But not to get off into that, but back into the main focus. So yeah, we was on the side, and Spence would just pump me up and motivate me every day to just push, and he really just gave me that strong urge to just be a better person in particular. It wasn't just so much on the just compassionate side, but it was also like loving and caring for one another. I never felt someone that gave me and led me in another path to, spread that love on one another like Spence did. He showed me every way, whether it was just going out and doing outreach or just loving one another or just talking to somebody. He showed me that special love that everybody needs in their life. And it's just different. That's how I can see him aside from everyone else, and just not just him, just everybody. Everybody in the company made me feel that type of way, whether it's staff, security, leadership, everybody. So the company alone is just great. Showed me good ways all the way around, and I could never ask for more or better. So.
And so, kind of your background, you modeled.
Yeah.
You have a huge following on TikTok, like 80, 90,000 followers,
Yeah,
right?
big fan base.
You're growing with we're in 6 states already.
Correct.
So you're growing with one of the fastest growing companies in
Correct.
America. And you're like, I'm going to do nonprofit work. I'm going to work with homeless people. And I tell you, man, it's a testament to your character.
Most definitely.
That you made that decision. So you sacrificed you had a lot going for you.
Actually, yeah, because I also played basketball too. Coming up, I was a
College
big time athlete in the state of Louisiana. I went down, I played JUCO. I was first team All-State coming out of high school, first team All-Conference. Moved down to Baton Rouge, played the little ball, and I actually came down here at first to get a partial scholarship with Portland State, but somehow it didn't work through. But sacrificed a lot of things to do the good work out here in the street supporting. So
it's amazing, man. I appreciate both of you. So we could probably stay in studio and continue to just tell stories, but I think what the audience and what we love to do and what the audience wants to see is just us hit the streets hard and show them what we do right now. What do you think about that?
Sounds good.
sounds
All right,
good.
you
Let's
want to
do
roll
it.
out?
Yeah, let's roll.
All right, it's the ride along for a reason. We're gonna hit the streets. You'll see us when we get there.
Hey, where you at? We'll meet you over there. All right, bye. They're up here. Pearl Place by the Med Spa. That's 14th and what? Gleason? By Burn, just south of Burn or north of Burnside, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we know everybody on the street because we've been doing this for several years.
Got it.
And what I tell people is you should really come and do a ride along. If you do a ride along, you'll see kind of how we work and what we do. But last month alone, we transitioned around 120 people into shelters, tiny homes, into detox, right? Some type of program or facility. We only partner with people that have success rates of 80% and higher.
Okay.
So like Union Gospel Mission, City Team, Victory Outreach, organizations that are pretty historical, Salvation Army, right?
Okay. So you partner with them?
Yeah, we partner with them. We also get people into city and county beds. So we're meeting up with Bach. He had a guy we're trying to help out. So we just arrived. We're about to hook up with some folks, and hopefully we can talk to these people right here. So.
Hopefully LOA can pay for
Well, non-profits don't pay for cigarettes. No.
Kind of hard. We're working around it.
We're trying to figure it out. Yeah.
It's a definite workaround, bro.
All right.
We buy in bulk and we have a lady who makes it, but then a lot of the guys just spend their own cash on them.
Yeah.
Because there's no reimbursements for that.
Sure.
Yeah, you need it. It's a definite need.
Hey, my man. Hey, it's Michael. Hey, I got some shoes here for you, bro. You want a couple of them? I got some shoes. I got a 9.5 and a 10.
I want to peep in and see if we can
Which
get
ones do you think will work? You want to try 9.5 or 10?
What's up, man? How you
You
doing?
remember Spencer?
Yeah, I think I met you before. How you doing, brother? Good to see you again.
You can have them, okay? All right, bud. Okay, good luck. You got enough water on you? I'll bring you some water.
Hey, also, we have a resource center off of First and Cooch, Northwest. We have clothes, shoes, blankets, tents, stuff like that. If you need something, let us know, okay? You can come by. We're usually there about 3:30 on in the afternoon. Okay? All right? Okay.
Thanks.
A t-shirt there, Mike?
T-shirt and water.
T-shirt
And
and
I've got
water.
water. I can
Okay.
give him water.
All right.
So this isn't a client.
This
This is a client.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're just
yeah,
watching
yeah.
out for folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Oh, cool.
Yeah, he just got posted this morning.
Yeah.
In fact, they just tore it down.
What, he got posted?
He got posted. Yeah, the
Whip
post
up a
is
hole.
gone.
Whip up a hole.
Oh
and
yeah.
rip and do-
So like they essentially have 5 days.
Yeah.
72 hours.
Well, unless it's the city posting it, then they have 5 days, and then it's a crime.
Well,
No one knows anything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It could have been.
Because they
It could have
posted
been
it
rapid
to our
response, or it could have been.
It was rapid. We saw them
Oh,
posting
okay,
it,
yeah, then they have
and
72
it's
hours.
probably 72 hours.
Yeah,
probably,
it's-
but I
it's
didn't look
72.
close to it.
You want to go check on that guy passed out in the tent?
Which one?
There's a guy around the corner passed out.
There- oh, I did already.
Oh, okay,
He's
good.
good. But
Okay,
I need to go up to Mark Spencer Hotel.
Okay, Roger, let's go.
Okay.
So we already checked out. Bach already checked that guy out. He's squared away. He's good to go. No OD. We got a call. That was Bach. He had a guy. He's on a building. He's in a tent. He got posted, so he has 72 hours to move. And so we came by. He needed some shoes. We brought him some shoes. The idea is that hopefully we can use that to try to get him into a shelter. Spencer gave me the address of the resource center. Hopefully he'll come by, and we'll be able to talk to him and say, hey man, you're gonna get moved. Why don't you, get off the streets? So everything is a conversation starter. We're always trying to have a conversation with somebody. Right now we have another call. It's kind of urgent. We're probably gonna miss the call, right? So Bach's in downtown today, I think.
he is, yeah.
Okay. So I think we roll over there.
No, I think he's downtown too. He's,
Downtown too?
Yeah, I think
So
'cause-
West End?
West End.
Yeah, because I think Prindle's downtown.
Yeah, correct.
So
All right.
we're gonna break off. We're gonna try to meet up with them. Sounds good? All right.
Yeah, so we just jumped out of the car. We didn't get a lot of time to get the video up and running, but we had a couple of guys. They were under a jacket to catch the smoke. They're, you crush up your pills, your whites or your blues. You put them on a piece of foil, and then you light it up from underneath. It's like a makeshift kind of like pipe, right?
Yeah.
And then you just inhale the smoke through a straw, and then you catch the smoke, so it doesn't leave away. They get you high too. And so we just stopped to talk to these guys, Spencer and Terrance. They already knew who they were, so that kind of made it a little bit easier. And yeah, good talk. They didn't want any help, but they moved on. Again, like, it's essentially decriminalized. You're not supposed to use narcotics in public, but it's decriminalized for possession level, so people just do it. Can you put your seatbelt on, bro?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
We never break traffic laws on the ride along.
They might take you through this like,
We ain't gonna be here that long.
yeah, 'cause it's like
Look at that dude.
parking.
That's probably who they're calling for.
Yeah. And this is their hotel parking lot.
Doing okay? What's going on, man? I got a call. They were worried about you. It looked like you were down, like maybe you were sick or something. What? I can't hear you. What's that? Tired of walking. Good? Need a cigarette or anything? I'm good. Yeah.
Need some help up?
Yeah, good day, okay?
10-4. I mean, he has like a
good?
brand
He
new
need any
haircut.
food?
I think that he's
Is he
just
hungry, anything like that?
some dude who used
He
him.
did not our resources.
I don't know.
Yeah, he has
I've
a
never
brand new.
seen him before.
He has a brand new haircut, bro.
Huh?
He's
never
wearing
seen him
new
before.
underwear,
He's
new
down, yeah.
clothes, new shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look
There you
like
go.
he has the full setup.
So he's recently houseless, or he's not. He's just used and needed a place to chill.
Yep.
Because his haircut's like brand new. It's
Yeah,
fresh,
yeah.
His clothes are real super clean.
super clean.
Hasn't been out
Clean
long.
style.
No.
fresh.
Yeah. So, and he had no sores anywhere.
I didn't recognize him.
Me neither,
Pretty
huh?
much 90% of the people down here.
Yeah. I mean, if none of you guys know him, that's a pretty good sign
Yeah,
that he
yeah,
hasn't been out here for very long.
Right. Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. All right. Good talk. We're gonna go to 12th and Taylor. So that guy, he hasn't been on the street long, right? Fresh haircut, brand new clothes. So probably a guy who just got used to using. He didn't have any sores on his body, so he wasn't interested in talking. So good talk.
See that dude Eli seems pretty legit, right?
Yeah.
He lives here.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he lives in Portland. He's like, dude, y'all are, from what everyone tells me in Portland, y'all are doing the only thing that's working. And he goes, I think every major city needs this. LA, San Diego, San Francisco, Phoenix. He's like, so I'm gonna do this thing, man. Hopefully we can change the world. You know, basically. I'm down.
All right, so we got here. The call ended about 30 seconds before we arrived. You know, when you call for backup, it's usually an interesting, weird situation. I guess the original guard was able to de-escalate it. Bach's been riding around with the New York Times, so he's gonna go drop them off. They're done. They've been up all night following our team around. So we're gonna break from here. We're gonna head back to the van, and then we're gonna go help some folks, because that's our mission. All right, good talk. All right. Good times.
Good times.
Oh, double wave.
We do need to go over and talk to that gal over there off of 237 Broadway, or Discount Auto. What size shoe are you? Oh, we got a pair of shoes for you. You want a pair of shoes? I got an extra pair in the van.
You
She didn't want
okay,
to.
so you want some clean ones?
What's that?
He's right there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go tell him the situation.
She didn't want them.
I know.
So
she
this
did.
is a
She did.
client,
Yeah, she said
obviously.
it's
They own a bunch of properties in the area. And early this morning, late last night, a dude rolled up in a hatchet and just attacked the guy's van. We had the video. Spencer actually caught the guy on video doing
What can
it,
I
so
help
we'll
with?
give it to the producer. But
Trying to keep
so we're
that
trying
together.
to help the guy out, but at the same time, we want him to move
Hold it
because
for you.
they're bringing a lot of attention to a property that we want to keep clear. So these are all of our properties. That's our property. That's our property. That's that. This. That over there. That over there. We got a bunch of properties all around here.
Hell yeah.
You know, trying to duct tape it up.
Duct tape, baby.
Fixes everything, bro.
Duct tape, make it all right.
Sure does. Whatever you need, just let us know. We'll help out with that. I mean, I know you love your chocolate donuts.
Actually, Boston cream. Like
Yeah,
a
what chocolate? He's with us. He's doing a thing on our nonprofit.
I'll head up next time, please.
Yeah, sorry. He's with our. He's doing.
Yeah.
We're doing our nonprofit stuff. Just documenting us. That's all. Boston cream still has chocolate on it, though, bro. Doesn't it? That's my favorite. I get one of those in the morning time too. I love Boston cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got chocolate with the filling in the middle, right?
Hey, have you ever been to the what's that donut shop we go to down here right off of
No, Annie's.
Burnside? Is it Annie's?
Annie's Donuts.
Annie's.
The
Oh my
best
God.
donuts.
So if you go over
In
Burnside
Portland,
Bridge,
bro.
That's what we eat every Sunday at the church.
Yeah.
by the Plaid
Pastor
Pantry.
Brian.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
Pastor
yeah.
Brian some
Oh,
over.
and,
So is this dude gonna come back? That's what I'm worried about. They got
No,
beef,
so what
like-
happened was there was two kids that came to the van on bicycles. They don't stay here. They stole something from him. And the bag was right here, so he came back
And he took it.
to take it back, and he got mad and just smashed the windows out. Or this one right here. And that's kind of how it went. Then I jumped out of the truck. And, hey man, chill out, relax. Because he was going to keep going.
Yeah. And what,
We need to
Teresa?
call-
She don't want no help.
No. We need to call East Side, Central East Side, and have them come pick up the trash too.
Okay.
Actually, so let me get the number for that.
So who's standing there?
That's
Teresa?
Yeah, both of them.
Both are
She's still there.
Yeah.
So
Bro.
she got the tents from Urban League. They're trying to help her get her an apartment.
Urban League.
Yeah, trying to help her get an apartment. But I told her I said get her to a tiny home, but she doesn't like to be around people. So yeah.
Hey, to where a car dealership is.
Uh huh.
I thought it was that side right here.
On that side? Yeah, that's
you
not
wanna push it?
that's not ours.
Yeah.
We push it down there. Her cat never really goes anywhere; just stays around here. Never runs
shop
off.
cat?
Never runs off. No, it's hers.
Oh, nice.
That's your cat, right? What's the cat's name? Huh? Trixie? She never even wanders off, does she? You know what would be really cool for this van is to put some paneling on the side or something to make it more homey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trixie.
Otherwise.
Trixie.
They're tearing this building down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Trixie.
I thought they was gonna
Come
sell
here.
it.
It went back to the bank. So now the bank is
Trixie.
our client, and they're gonna tear it down. It's gonna be like a parking lot.
Well, that's another good way to do it, I guess.
It's easy to manage.
Yeah, for sure. Until they start camping in the field.
I think they're gonna wait for the market to. They're tearing that down.
They are tearing this down?
Yeah. They're gonna have like a just vacant lot, and then when the market comes back, I think they're gonna put some like apartments there or something.
That makes sense. Who owns that?
The bank owns it now.
Oh, the bank does.
It went back to the bank.
So we are doing security for, we do security
Yeah,
for
yeah,
them,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah, they're really happy.
Are they?
Yeah, I mean, there were like 7 or 8 tents around there the other day.
Yeah.
A couple weeks
I
ago.
know. There's one on the other side that just popped up though.
Oh yeah, we gotta go
Last night.
contact it. One popped up. Actually this morning.
You want to walk around there real quick and just talk
Yeah, let's
to
go.
him?
Yeah.
We're gonna roll.
We'll be right back, buddy, okay?
So the goal is to.
This guy right here.
I forget. We
I always
have so
forget.
many.
I've known him for 3 years, bro.
Yeah, we've been knowing him for a little minute, but
I keep
it's another one
forgetting
that
his
look
name.
exactly like him as well. So, but I think his name,
He lives off chocolate donuts.
Oh,
That's
no
the only thing
shit.
he likes. I bought him a dozen donuts one time, bro.
Yeah,
And
he
he
loves
helped me
donuts.
like relocate like 6 tents. Yeah, he's a good dude.
They got power.
yeah, he's gone.
He's gone, he's locked up. So he buys and flips cars.
Oh,
Yeah,
they got a
that's
whole
what I was
generator,
saying.
bro.
He's got a camera on the back.
Yeah, he got a camera on the back end side. He got
So he's not home now, but this guy owns all these cars.
Actually, and there was one up here, 2 more up here that he owned.
Yep, and then it was
So and
two
he's
more.
missing, and he's one more back there that he must be driving. So
He
has
just
he had
flips
5
cars.
total. Yeah, he goes to the auction, buys them, flips cars. So he said he's going to relocate his motorhome. So
Look how.
Yeah, they did a good job. I mean, it's not bad looking.
No, it's not.
It looks a lot better than it did.
he's asking $7,000
For what?
for that Honda.
Yeah.
Kind of worth it.
And like 4 for the red one, right?
Is it stolen?
No, he buys them at auctions.
Yeah, he bought me out. All of them clean.
I just passed out.
He been sitting right there since this morning.
You good?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I don't know, man. Slow motion is better than none at all.
Yeah. Is this your tent right here?
Something like that.
Somewhat.
Something like that.
All right. We just blocking the sidewalk, so we
Yeah,
go.
I'm trying to get my poles and shit in because I had no sticks so I could move it.
Oh,
Move it out
gotcha.
from the sidewalk. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
I just got the sticks together, man. I was running behind schedule. No help.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear
I
you.
can move it. I can move it right out in the street right there.
You move. Oh, you're gonna go in the street?
Right in here so the sidewalk can be free.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, we just the building was kind of. They're gonna sell this building and tear it down.
Yeah.
So we're just.
I'm headed to Brooklyn, man. So I'm just trying
Oh,
to
good for you, man.
get in there, man.
That's what's up.
Just
Ain't no
step close.
crazy.
You gotta get there early in the morning.
Yeah, I know. I used to work at my first job here, man. Look, we ended up never saying never. But yeah, man, had to get from around the circus over there, so I can get over there in the morning. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And that's one step closer to
Yeah,
be where you
yeah,
need to be.
yeah.
That's good.
What's your name, bro?
JC, they call me Pops,
JC.
man.
Pops. All right, Spencer.
But it's
I'm
Cox,
Terrence,
man.
big brother.
Terrence, nice to meet you.
Alex.
Alex, yeah, man. Oh, I done did it all, man. Hooper, TPI, you know, Bud Commons, Dormeens, until the basement drive. Then when I let them youngsters, man, get it off my kitchen table. And it ain't been right since they trapped out the bathroom, and then everything else went under after that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I, you know, it's new thing. I don't know nothing about that meth thing, man. I come out of the cocaine area, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they was I didn't know I was jumping through hoops, man, when I was tap dancing. So the difference, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yep.
And I'm paying for it now, though, you know what I mean? But stuff like that, man. You know, I brought my son out here. Then you do anything to keep family, then you don't know how you got to keep them. It's the other way around.
Yeah.
Anything we could do for you, man? Anything you need?
I don't know, man. What could I need out here, man? But just try to stay out the way.
Well, there's that, but
You know, I mean, what kind of services y'all be offering? You know?
we have a resource center. We have clothes, we have shoes, we have blankets, we got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, we ain't got some.
We can get you into a shelter. We could try to get you into a tiny home. We could try to get you into.
Tiny home be good if I gotta wait till I get in here. You know, I just got out, man. Boy,
You talk as well.
Well, let me. I'll tell you what. Let's do this then. Let's.
I got to scrabble over there, man. You know, the youngsters, man.
How about we get them downsized too?
And,
to where it's not so.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to get
You want a new tent, a little bit smaller tent?
I got
For now?
I got a spinal problem, so I can't keep bending over. That's why I had to.
Oh,
gotcha.
gotcha.
Okay, that's what you have
Yeah.
to do.
So what'd you say your first name was again?
John.
John.
Yeah.
You got disabilities, but you can move okay. You can get to the bathroom, all that kind of good
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, I can
okay.
do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I just I got the spinal thing, telepathy thing, and I just had hernia surgery under my groin. So
You got a phone number?
yeah, 349. I gotta go
Three.
and see if you guys do my phone. It got pretty banged up, so it's not, it went up. I didn't use it. The free phone. I don't know if you didn't use it. They charged me $18 to get it back on or something like that.
349 what?
It's on my phone right here. you know.
Okay. Yep, got it.
Yeah, I got memory thing. I don't know what's going on. Right here. Put my number on it, but it's,
All right, we'll get to Hooper in the morning.
yeah, man.
Get in there, and then when you get out, we'll get you inside.
All right, well,
I got your number. I'm gonna send you my name's Spencer. I'm with Loving One Another. I'm gonna
Loving One
text.
Another?
Yeah, I'm gonna text you my number.
Okay.
Okay. So you gotta let me know.
All right. You know Larry Turner, them?
What?
Larry Turner for the state.
I'm not familiar.
All right. You know the agency just opened up home. What is it? Going home or something?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I had just got out, so I signed with them, but I got to go to Hooper first before they could do anything for me. I don't know what's up. What is it? What's on MLK?
What is
VOA?
it? DHS?
VOA. Is it Volunteers of America?
Oh.
Yeah, they had a place for me, but I got to go to Hooper first, so I had to make that connect.
Ain't that's what they do out in the park, right?
VOA, Volunteers of America, but it's a Harry Watson House. It's an African American house, first one the VOA sponsored.
Yep.
But I never made it
that's
to
the one for
Hooper
the
yet,
church.
so I don't know
I
when.
think Pastor Hennessy's involved in
So
that.
Hooper's what? 4 weeks?
Yep.
Hooper's only 5 days.
Oh,
To
5
clean,
days.
Yeah, to clean out. 'Cause
Okay.
When they dropped me, they didn't have the people come get me, man. So I was in the street that weekend, and it was a holiday. And they're supposed to have people come get me from the PO's office. Nobody never came, so they let me out for the weekend and all help with after 11 months, you know.
Well, I'm gonna send you my number, so when you get out, you call me. I'm gonna make sure you get inside, okay?
All right.
All right, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, yep. God bless.
Nice to meet you, Pops.
Thank you, man. Thanks for coming around, man.
Always. One love.
Yeah, man. No doubt, man. And, yeah, man, I gotta stay away from that group, man.
And
What you don't want to do, you know.
Yeah, man.
they are going to be tearing this building down soon.
I'm right here, but I
Yeah.
should be out over there, man, the next day or so.
All right.
Well, let us know if you need anything before you go in, bro.
How do he's gonna give me the number, right?
Yeah.
All right.
No problem, man. All right, Pops. Yep.
Right, right.
I just saw her home.
She probably popped up in the window. We probably got to go to their cubbies,
To where?
to their window.
Hey, anybody home?
Yeah, she right there. Both.
Hey, it's Spencer.
She said
He's what? I can't hear you. What?
he running some errands.
Okay. All right. So I'm just waiting for the confirmation, and I mean I know you're in, but I just gotta get a confirmation on what day.
Yeah.
Okay. And if it doesn't run, we'll get it towed. Okay.
Give John a call on his number that you got from him.
Okay. I'll do that. Thank you.
We can actually get that piece work. Oh,
I'm gonna ask John. She doesn't really want to talk right now,
yeah,
so I'm just gonna let her be.
She's smoking right now.
Yeah, I was just gonna let her be. So we got them. I got them into Sunderland RV Park.
Okay, good.
I'm just waiting on because today they opened it up, and they're only taking like 10 a day.
Well, they got all the people already lined up.
Yeah, but they're not taking all those people.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So they have 68 spots, and I think there's 43 RVs over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I called in a favor, and I was able to get them in to Sunderland. So
Does it run?
he said it does. They just need
said
something
it
for
does,
it.
but-
I got them a part for it, so
Nice.
If
All
not,
right.
they'll tow it.
All right. And we got Pops. He's going to be moving.
Yep.
Hopefully he'll get into detox.
Hopefully.
Yep.
You think he meant Victory Outreach?
No.
Volunteers of America over on MLK.
Yeah. He definitely mean that. That's what Tennessee do out
Take care, Pops.
in the church. Out
Yeah.
the,
The Sunday Samaritan thing?
Yep.
Yeah. We need to talk to Teresa. See if Teresa's willing to move.
Well, she wants to relocate.
Yeah, she told us she did. Remember?
Yeah. I mean,
Remember
we
she said she didn't
Here's the
like
thing.
spot?
Here's the thing. I just talked to her.
Oh.
She's in a mood right now.
So yeah.
Okay.
So I don't want to push it.
And burn our bridge.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
I get it.
So I'll come back later, talk to her. Some people are turned off by cameras, right?
Always.
So I'll come back and talk to her. She said her PTSD from military is really high right now, so she doesn't want to deal with certain things. So I'm going to respect that if you're cool with that.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
Are we going to push old buddy?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, do he need some help? We could.
Yeah, I'm going to go talk to him right now. Yo. Don't.
I think I might have a cordless. Let me check.
So do we need to help him or what? Or we need to help him?
So do you guys want to try to push it today? Down there?
If so, we can.
We got a lot of people here,
we got
so
a lot of people, so.
if you need to push it, we could do it. You guys could just even go right across the street over here if you wanted to. Not to even go that far.
Okay.
Yeah,
If you could
yeah.
do that, we could back it up and help you push it along right fast. So.
Back it up.
Yeah.
I'm
We
just
can
gonna-
move
I'm
the
gonna-
trash.
I'm gonna move
we
that
can move the
trash.
trash and push it forward. So if you can hop in the front and put it in neutral, and we'll push it out for you.
We're just gonna help move it across the street. Oh yeah, those are pretty cool.
You got that inner tube?
We're gonna have it in the tube.
So you got to put the.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah.
Shouldn't make shit on pop.
Hey, let's go. How high you got to take it? Oh, you're looking for a hole?
Well, my concern is that there's a dude with a hatchet that already attacked the vehicle.
Right, right.
Getting him the furthest away from this point seems the smartest.
Yeah, because they
thing
were
to do.
all sitting there watching it. Just for like 4
Oh,
employees.
cool. You good?
Yeah.
I own this security company that has a contract here, Echelon. So this is a nonprofit, so we're trying to get these folks to choose another place to go, especially after the hatchet thing. It's too much, bro. And then that's Teresa. She's a vet. We got her place, we got her shelter to go to, so she should be gone in the next day or two. Wow, there's another huge tent, just another bogged down.
Mm-hmm. That's right behind the store. That's what we try to.
Way down there.
Yeah, that's what we try to
crazy.
not let it build up stuff right there so much, because if not, they're gonna be right there and
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the
yeah.
other properties, and that's right literally across the road.
Yeah. Crazy. See, it just goes down. It just,
So 100 seconds.
every
would be
block,
good.
man. Just covered.
That would be.
I mean, if I had to, of course I would. But
Yeah, let me.
I guess he borrowed that tool. Oh, he's trying to get the cat.
I'm trying to catch the cat without him running away. Oh. Cat almost got him.
Hey, do we have any spots for a woman at Reedway? Okay, all right. They don't. Do they take pets or no? When are they going to open up the Clinton Triangle up there?
So he's taking a call.
Are they going to have any spots open there? Or
trying to get shelter space for the female that's in the vehicle. I think I mentioned earlier.
Oh, that's right.
They were attacked by a guy with a hatchet. Like just a couple, earlier this morning, really
and then,
early.
What day probably?
The space isn't safe. This is a client. We don't want that happening here. They're in a vehicle. They're legally allowed to live in a vehicle. So there's no laws or security issues really going on. But we just want the safe outcome for everybody, right?
Okay, that's cool. All right, I'll just wait to hear from you then. All right, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. All right, bye. All right, bye. Boy, he's stressed out. Okay. Well.
Stressful work.
Yeah.
So the negotiation, because they're not doing anything illegal. So the negotiation is always the hardest part, right? You're out on the streets, you're trying to, do the best thing for everybody. Yeah. And so that just takes having a long conversation with people, being diplomatic, making sure that they understand, we're just trying to help, right?
Oh, he was fired up. I thought he was just going to start swinging that thing through the window, like at people. Yeah.
or unlock the door.
Yeah, he pulled that hatchet out and just smashed that window and was just swinging around.
Yeah.
Last time I saw this guy, he was involved in the shooting. Is he back in there and okay?
Yeah, I think so.
In there? Okay.
In fact, a guy with a hatchet attacked him earlier this morning.
Yeah, he got fucking shot like a month ago or something, right here, right out here. And it was like, we all thought he was dead, so it was a little odd. So I work over here, so it's wild out here.
It is wild out here.
It's wild.
So I own a security company. They're my client. 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 Right.
It's
so
fucking wild. This is our shop. Luckily, we have a guy who's down on his luck who's staying actually in his van working for us right in front of us. So he's kind of our security right now.
Oh, that dude right there.
Yeah.
Oh no shit. Okay. Cool.
But this one over here, that's the Fent tent right behind me.
Okay.
That they're selling shit all day, all the time.
Who's in there?
Like 5.
He works across the street.
Yeah.
Like 5 people.
So the guy in this van, he actually is working for them right now.
Yeah. So
he's just down on his luck.
He's moving to Alaska. Had a transmission problem. Knows how to build transmissions. So we said if you work for us, you can build your transmission. So he's going to be probably leaving soon.
Okay.
Sort of thing. He's on his way to Alaska.
He said this guy was like shot maybe a month ago.
Got shot like less than a month ago.
This guy?
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I've known him for a couple years.
Yeah, so he got shot and they quarantined off the whole area and everything. I was assuming it was probably the Fent tent that's down the way here because these guys are always having problems stealing bikes, stealing all kinds of shit all the time.
Yeah.
It's a wrecking yard basically.
Yeah.
And so I've just been kind of keeping an eye, like, is this guy ever coming back or whatnot? And then I see everybody here and I'm like, something happening again or
Well,
what?
this morning, some guy, I was standing right here in my car, and there was a guy that came with a hatchet, he broke the window out and was yelling at him and stuff.
It's fucking wild out here.
It's wild.
I had to stop a lady from getting her purse snagged right in the middle of the street. She clearly had a drug problem too.
Damn.
Sure.
But so this dude's probably your guys' size. She's a little thing, and he's wrenching on that fucking person. She's fighting. And I come running up because I'm out here having a smoke. I come running up because I just can't
not do anything.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And so I come up and I'm ready to fucking let him have one, and then he lets go of the purse and wants to start swinging a chain at me and shit. And that's just day one.
That's like every day in Portland, baby.
Fucking, I gotta stop a dude who's chasing another. It's insane out here.
Wild over here.
It's insane.
It is.
Yep. It is, man.
It is insane,
We're
bro.
out here every day, man. That's what we do.
You looking for a job?
Yeah, I wish.
You don't have a tow rope, do you?
Yeah, I think we might have a tow rope. Are you trying to get this thing out of here?
Yeah, we're gonna tow it down the street.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. We might have one. I'll check.
Dude, let's just push it, bro.
Well, we can push it, bro.
There's 3 of us, man.
Yeah, it ain't that serious.
It's a workout.
It won't take that long to push it.
So we're moving him down the street because we need safety, bro.
You ready?
Make sure it's in neutral.
Oh, let me tell him. Ask him. Yo, it's in neutral. You got it in neutral. Hold the brake down.
He's gonna come get
and
this
push
stuff.
it, put it in neutral. Is you on the brake? No, not the gas, the brake. Put it in neutral.
Is the key in there? Key's not in the ignition? You gotta have the key in there first for it to do it.
Oh, you gotta flip it over.
So apparently that guy was saying he was in a shootout. I don't know if you got that, but 3 weeks ago, that dude whose car we're pushing was shot. All this was cordoned off. And so he just got out of the hospital and just came back. That's why this has been such an issue. I'm wondering if the guy who shot him came back today with a hatchet because he just came back to this location. So.
You pushed it without the key before?
We gotta turn it over.
So we definitely don't want that type of violence happening in this area.
You can tow
he
it
needs to get to a place
without a
where
key.
no one knows where he's going.
Put it in neutral without one
right.
too.
So.
You gotta have a key to put it in neutral.
Well, it's certain.
Can I open this door?
Cars. I guess certain cars. Cause mines don't need no. Mines don't need no.
We're gonna push.
You gotta find the key to turn it over.
What is it? You're just trying to get the
He trying to
Get it neutral.
But you can't get it flipped over. No key.
Might have to push the brake down while you do that.
Cool, man. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You too, bro. Seemed like a good guy. So we're stuck in gear.
I will come back tomorrow. Okay? Yep. Find the key, and I'll come back tomorrow. Okay? All right. You got it. Yep. Just give me a call. Thanks. When they get the key. And they can find the key. So I'm not gonna sit here and, waste another hour. So we'll get it done tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't get it neutral until they find the key, so it's a mess.
The only way to get that will be towing it. That's the only way.
Well, even towing it, you have to get like a wrecker because you have to get the front wheels off the
Oh
ground.
yeah, you do.
So
I had to
like with my Honda, there's a little button I can push.
Yeah.
And it will go into neutral.
Yeah.
See, with mine, with my Pontiac, I could just switch it straight into neutral right now. Like, not even turned over or nothing.
Something wrong with that then.
Nah, it just
Shouldn't be able to do that.
That's just how it is.
You should be able to go to neutral unless the key's turned on.
Let's give him 5 more minutes. Find that key.
Okay. I think their friend has the key.
Do y'all think y'all have the key? Because if so, we'll wait around a little bit.
I don't have the key. She does though.
Can I just look in there real
She'll
quick?
take forever to get here.
Can I just look in there real quick, bro? I want to see this little button you can push to put it in neutral. I think
That's how shit is.
Yeah.
We'll get it tomorrow. All right. Well, let me know when you got that key.
We came here, a lot of people need help. We have a parking lot just 1 block away that probably has 30, 40 people living in it. We have some veterans here, people that are being attacked in the middle of the night, getting in shootouts, attacked with hatchets, and it's not safe. We're trying to help people relocate. They can't get their van out of gear. The gear is locked. There's another person that they're associated with that kind of lives with them. That person actually has the key to the van, and she's not gonna get here anytime soon, so.
We'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah, the only other choice we have is to come back tomorrow and tow it or push it into a safer location. So.
Correct.
You'll probably bring your truck and tow it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing here today. Great episode, right? It was good to be out with Bach. A little busy today, right? Always we're going call to call to call. So we have a little, some issues, but let's talk about the future of loving one another, right? What is your dream?
Well, our dream would be to open up our own shelter here.
Exactly.
Within the next year, probably. And if we can get that, where we can get people in and get them safe, and kind of run things the way we feel like it needs to be ran, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
So I think that can happen.
And we're currently working on that. We're currently working on trying to open up a women's shelter on 400 acres out in Columbia County. It's a county adjacent to Multnomah, and that's just the beginning, right? Eventually, we want a shelter also in the city that can accompany both men and women. And then that would be a kind of a feeder system to a long-term residential solution. And we're working on that now, but right now we're just on the streets every day, contacting people. As you can tell, we were in 3 major areas. We were in the Pearl District, downtown, and over here on the Central East Side. And we had a cop drive by, but no one stops and says anything, right? No other nonprofits out here. There's no one walking around meeting people where they're living on the street. We have a veteran right behind us. No one's contacting that person on a regular basis except us. It is a little scary, you know? I mean, you got a drug situation, gang situations, you got people getting attacked with hatchets, people getting in gunfights. So understandably, it is a scary situation, but at the end of the day, the only way we can help people is to meet them where they are. And they live in tents and they live in cars and they're on the street. And so as loving one another and as Echelon, that's where we go, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So thanks for sharing.
Donate. Donate to the cause.
Donate to loving one another. Become part of the cause. You know, we need all the help that we can get. We do have fundraisers every year, but loving one another. Our website is loapdx.org. Check us out, and we appreciate you coming on the ride along with us today. Thanks.